I'm Mark Caddy. I'm the District Wildlife Manager for the Norwood District, which basically is the vast majority of Unit 70, which runs from the Mountain Village area up around Sheep Mountain and Trout Lake, all the way out into the winter range of Dry Creek Basin and the lower end of Disappointment Creek. Plus I also have the southern end, the southern third of Unit 61, which is a limited draw unit. For Unit 70, the earlier seasons, archery, muzzleloader, some of the first rifles, you're probably looking at the higher elevations, up above Telluride, Prospect Basin, Alta Lakes area, over towards Wilson Meadows, off of Lizard Head Pass, all the way over to Woods Lake and over to the Lone Cone. That's primarily National Forest land with some BLM in it. Primary public access. There's some vehicle restrictions on it because of the Forest Service travel management plan, and part of that is also part of the Lizard Head Wilderness area. So if you're looking for a walk-in access type experience, that would be the one. Towards the Lone Cone, a little more vehicle access, but still some road closure due to the Forest Service management plan. The latter seasons, second, third, fourth rifle, you're probably looking at, it depends on the weather, you're probably looking at moving down to the BLM country, around Dry Creek Basin, lower end, Disappointment Creek Valley, and Monogram Mesa, which is kind of out of my country, but all of that's winter range, which is where those animals are going to go. The deer are pretty hardwired. You'll see them start down generally about the second or third season already. It doesn't take much in the way of weather to move most of the fawns and the does down with some of the smaller bucks. Once the snow gets deep enough high, then you'll start seeing the elk and the deer move down to that area with in greater numbers. All that country, sagebrush and pinyon juniper down there, and fairly easy access. There is some places you can get into, especially off of Disappointment Creek, which is a wilderness study area that good for foot or horseback access. There is a pretty good chunk of private land in Unit 70, so you need to make sure you look on your maps or look on your GPS, make sure what you're looking at as far as land ownership. Going over to 61, again, mine is the southern third of that unit. Pretty good chunk of private land on the extreme southern end of that. The rest of it, however, is mostly Forest Service, Uncompahgre National Forest. Once again, higher in the earlier seasons, those elk and deer are going to be up higher in the spruce fir forest and in the aspen stands. And then as the snow hits, and they'll start moving down into the winter range, which is Craig Point, Iron Springs Mesa, Dead Horse, Reservoir area, and then places a little farther down than that. Hunting generally, 61 being a limited draw unit is almost anywhere you go. If you get out and start walking around, you're going to start finding elk. My end of the plateau has a lot of vehicle access. Again, there is some road restrictions because of the Forest Service travel plan, but there's a lot of easy four-wheeler and vehicle access in there. You can get around in pretty, but again, it is a limited draw unit. In 61, if you're looking for a quality, big bull, you're going to spend a little time looking. There's some quality animals out there. The big thing is that 61 is a quality hunt unit, not necessarily a quality animal unit. So you may not find that big 6-point behind every tree. So that's about it.